Good morning students of standard 10. This would be probably the last topic we are going to discuss before the vacation. So this is about the sex determination in human being. Now you know that in human being we have autosomes and sex chromosomes. Total there are 46 number of chromosomes. So we have 44 autosomes which are written here and a pair of sex chromosome XX in the female. Now why XX? This is because the structure of the chromosomes are like this. In case of male, we have 44 autosomes and X and Y. So actually one of the chromosomes that looks like this and the other chromosome looks like this. So with the centromere here. So that's why it's called XY. Now during the gametogenesis, that is during meiosis, you know that when the division takes place, the chromosome number reduces in the gametes. So in the ovum, what happens? 44 plus XX becomes 22 plus X on one side and 22 plus X on the other side. That means both the ovum will have 22 plus X and 22 plus X. In case of sperms, it becomes 22 plus X and 22 plus Y. So I have shown the sperms with the tail because sperms have. One of the sperms will have X chromosome, another sperm will have the Y chromosome in the sex chromosome. In the autosomes, of course, that is 22 similar chromosomes are there. Now, here we have shown the fertilization, how it can take place. So, suppose this sperm fertilizes with this ovum, so 22 plus 22 is 44, X and X is XX. So, that means 46 chromosome here and the sex chromosome is X and X. So, it will be a female, means a girl child. Suppose this two fertilizes 22 plus X and 22 plus Y, then becomes 44 plus XY, it will be a boy child or a male child. Here you can see 22 plus X plus 22 plus X, 44 plus XX, female child, and similarly it is a male child. So you can see the probability of the male and the female is 50% in both the cases. But one thing you have to understand here, that who is the determinant of the sex? It is the father who is determinant of the child, that whether it will be a male or a female. Because if the father is donating the Y chromosome, then it will be the male child. If the father is donating the X chromosome, it will be the male child. So naturally, the father is the determinant. It is not the mother, but it is the father. Now this is about how, but this is at random. We cannot specifically say that which one. If it is not a manipulated human being or human interference is there, the factor of fertilization is a chance factor, and anything can be there. It can be male, it can be female in both the cases. Both the cases are possible equally. Now we are going to know a little bit about the I'll tell you about a little bit like the twins. Now there are, what happens during the twins. So there are two types of twins. The twin child, we say the maternal twins and the paternal twins. Now maternal twins are also known as monozygotic twins. And paternal twins are called dizygotic twins. Now what is the meaning? That in maternal twins, the fertilization, that means takes place, suppose this is the sperm, it brings a Y chromosome. So after fertilization, the zygote will have XY, okay, in the sex chromosome. Autosomes also it will be 44, so it will be XY. Or if this is bringing a X chromosome, then this will become, the zygote will have XX. That means either it can be a male or a female. Now, the monozygotic twin actually develops during the first cleavage. When if this cleaves into the two part and the whole mitosis, it doesn't attach itself but separates totally into two embryos or two zygotes, then these two zygotes will be male. Or if this divides during the first mitosis, usually they remain attached towards each other, but they don't remain attached, but they separate out in two different zygote having XX and XX. Then you have female child. So in case of maternal twin, always the chance is like this, that both the child will be either male or both the child will be both the child will be female or both the children will be male. So this is the possibility in maternal twin and monozygotic, because the twin develops from a single zygote. When they divide they divide into two zygotes, which is an unusual event, and this will be the possibility. In dizygotic twin, it is very rare case, means generally one ovum is released in a female during the cycle of the menstrual cycle. But suppose there are two ovums released, and these two ovum will naturally will have XX. Now if it is fertilized by two sperms, then it develops into two zygotes. So suppose the sperm will have Y chromosome and this has also Y chromosome. So XY will become a male child and XY will become a male child. So it can be, both the children can be male, or suppose if they are X and X, both the children can be female, because XX will be there in the case of the sex chromosome. Or if one is Y, another is X, then if two zygotes will be there, one will be XY, another will be XX. Now that will lead to a male child and a female child. So in a paternal twin or a dizygote twin, both the possibilities are there. That means there can be a male child and there can be a female child, or both the child can be, both the children can be female, or both the children can be male. So all the possibilities are there, but since they are different autosomes and sex chromosomes, there will be dissimilarities. Their variation will be more. They will be just like ordinary brother and sister, or ordinary both brothers. Here, of course, since they arise from the same zygote, there will be the individuals that will develop, they will be identical, because they are coming from the same zygote having the same autosomes and the sex chromosome. So they are identical twins. So we say that in maternal or monozygotic twin, they lead to identical twins. In paternal or dizygotic twins, they lead to your non-identical twins. Another is there, you must have heard about Siamese twin. Siamese twin is a case of a maternal or a monozygotic twin which do not separate during the cleavage. That means suppose they have XY chromosome and they remain attached at a particular point. Now these two zygotes are developing attached at some point. It can be region of the prospective, the stem cells which are the brain cell, or it will be the stomach, or it will be the leg, wherever it is, they will remain attached and they are born as a conjoined twins, which we call Siamese twin. The Siamese twin comes from the word, the first individual noted that were born in Thailand or Siam, that time it was called, and that's why it's called the Siamese twin. So Siamese twins are actually the conjoined twins which can be separated nowadays by operation if they are joined at some not so important region. That is, they are separable and they can lead a normal life, but not in all cases. So that's all about the subject today. If you have any question, you can put up the question in the question section of the videos, and please go through the lessons, and thank you very much. Till then, goodbye.